Okay, good Thursday morning. Starting in our traditional posture of Shavasana. Get nicely settled in. Adjust the shoulders, the hips, the arms and legs to where they're at their most comfortable and aligned position. Close your eyes and begin being very conscious of the breath. As we eliminate, the visual, sensual input, it makes it easier for us to put that attention on the breath cycle. So a very important part of the yogic practice is breath awareness. And as simple as it sounds, it's actually so difficult. The mind wanders. So try to, each time it wanders to a thought, just immediately bring it back to breath. There's nice, simple ways of paying attention to the belly rising and lowering, or the lower rib cage expanding, contracting, or the feeling of the breath at the nostrils. And any way is sufficient. So continue your breath and think of it as being even and very silent. So the silent part sometimes is the difficult part because you might have a nasal obstruction, allergies, whatever's going on. And that's something that you take care of prior to your practice. Either with nasal wash or a nasal spray or something to clear the breath passageways so that the breath becomes as serene and subtle and quiet as possible. So with that little practice, just give yourself another moment in stillness. And feel the full weight of the body pressing into the floor. Let go of the day, whatever was going on. Take another breath cycle. And let's bring the legs together, arms overhead. Just start a full body stretch. Very nice. Just stretch as much as you want. And try, just the right side. And left. And center again, any way you wish. Just keep the breathing moving as you stretch. And then hug knees to chest. And draw the knees in, massage the back. And once you come back to center, forehead toward the knees. And lower the head first and extend the legs out straight. And we'll begin our simple leg lift, starting with the right leg. So flex that right foot, get nice and comfortable. And if at any time leg lifts are irritating, the back or shoulders or whatever, always feel welcome to place your hands underneath the hips. That makes it a lot easier. But if not, hands next to the hips is a little bit more challenging, on the low back and belly. So with the right leg, inhale it up, keep the knee straight, and exhale it as you lower. And left leg, inhale, always match the breath, go to its fullest straight point, exhale, and release. All right, just continue, inhaling up, just at about that pace, and release it. So go to the left side, do the same thing. Let's do just a nice, beautiful warm up. I'm going to do it several times. Trying to straighten the knee at its highest point, and then relaxing it with the heel hits. So relax the one leg before you start lifting the other. And keep going, just going back and forth. Just regulate it, with the natural rhythm of your breath. So not trying to count or hold, just a nice little switching back and forth. And we'll do one more time on each leg. All right, whenever you're done, relax the whole body. Just come back into Shavasana. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. And rest completely. And close your eyes if you wish. Take another deep breath. And then bring the legs together for a double leg lift. So again, hands under the hips or off to the side. And just inhale both legs up. And exhale. Remember to relax with the heels hit. Inhale. And exhale. I'm going to do it about 6 times. So that was 2. So here's 3. 4. And 5. And 6. And 7, because it's a surprise one. I don't know why, just did. All righty. Relax, rest. Take a deep breath. All right, legs together, arms overhead again for another full body stretch. Take a deep breath here. And then when you exhale, hug the knees again. And then cross at the ankles, grab your feet, toes, whatever is accessible, and roll up and start rocking chair. So forward and legs up and over. And remembering to keep the back as round as you can, chin tucked, making the rolling a little bit easier. Got to think of keeping the tailbone tucked under too. Let's do a couple more. Really wake the spine up, preparing for our deeper asanas later on. And then come to seated and sit up nice and tall and close your eyes, take a brief rest. All right, gently open up your eyes. Stay in easy pose, drop chin to chest, and just begin a couple neck rolls. And when you're done, center your head, sit up a bit taller, and then go right into butterfly. So drawing the heels in, interlace over toes, and begin fluttering away. So because this is early on in practice, the fluttering remains gentle. We don't strain any inner thigh muscles. It was a very preliminary, soft, warming up practice. Our next asana we'll practice is cow face pose. Gomukhasana is what it's called in Sanskrit. And we will try to do the full cow face pose with the legs, the knees stacked on top of each other. So we want to continue warming up the inner thighs for that. And then go into Nobility Pose. So press the knees down, bring the heels in just a bit more, roll your shoulders back, press the knees gently until you feel a little bit of give. Breathe into the tightness in the inner thighs. Relax them a little bit. Take an inhale. And exhale, press them down, hold it there. Now, if we were in the full posture, the knees would be flat on the floor. So I'm not there. All right, let's relax the legs, straighten them out, give them a little stretch, a little rub, whatever you need, take care of it before we go into cow face. So the leg is stacking knee on top of knee. So I'm going to tuck my left, draw my right over, and stack my right knee over the left. So you can bring your heels closer to the hips. If you're practicing this version of it, either that or stay in easy pose. Either way, the back lengthens, shoulders are balanced to the floor. And since I've got my right leg on top, I'm going to raise the left and bend at the elbow. Let's give ourselves just a little bit of encouragement here. And then wrap the arm around and begin to touch the fingers. And you're always welcome to use a sock or a strap or some kind of like a rope, a tie, or anything like that, to help you into this posture. You would still want to be very comfortable, and especially if there's any shoulder irritation, be gentle with it. Don't force Either arm up or down. Always use some kind of a modification until you can come into the posture, without that pain and strain. And that is the way of practicing yogic postures correctly, rather than pushing or pulling. All right, just gently release. Take care of the shoulders. And we'll cross the legs in the other direction. So I'm going to tuck my right heel right by my hip, cross the left over. Balance my sit bones, shoulders. Inhale as you bring your right arm up. And then bend it, and we'll just help it along a bit. The other hand. Try and stay straight and stable. And then once you find that high point, wrap the other arm around. Sit up nice and tall. And you're welcome to close your eyes too if this is comfortable enough. Just breathe into this posture. Cow face pose for many years was very difficult for me. And it took a lot of years of opening up my shoulders and chest and neck to get to this point where I could do it pain-free. So I know that from personal experience. All right, breathe. And then exhale, slowly release all that. Take care of the shoulders a little bit. And our next posture is a balance pose. So we're gonna undo our legs, give them a little rub. So balance on hips is that little flat spot at the tailbone, and we'll lift the legs up straight. We're gonna go right into it today. Look at the toes, and then both hands are opposite the knees. Look forward. And come out of it any way you can. My way is just crossing at the ankles and coming back to seated. Straighten the spine. Lift it up nice and tall. Press the shoulders back. Take a nice breath. And then come to standing. Find a nice, gentle, easy way to stand. And we will begin our sun salutation. So if you come to the front part of the mat, we'll do 3 of them. With the bent knee to the floor on the lunge. All right. Once you're at standing, take an inhale. Exhale fully and completely. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, forward, up and back. And exhale to our first standing forward fold. Inhale, step the right leg as far back as you can. Drop the heel, look forward. Lift the head and the chest. Retain the breath and bring the left leg back into that plank position. Exhale, knees, chest, and forehead. Inhale, cobra, any level, either low or high. Exhale, lift the hips into down dog position. Inhale the right foot forward into a low lunge, drop the left knee. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up and back. And exhale to standing. Inhale. Exhale the heart. Inhale up and back. A little back one, doesn't have to be much. And then exhale to fold. Take your time. Don't rush ahead. Inhale, left leg. Drop the knee. Lift the head and chest. Retain the breath. Step the right foot back. Exhale, 8 points. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up and back. Exhale to stand. Second one, inhale. Exhale to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right leg back. Retain left leg back. Exhale, 8 points. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up and back. Exhale to stand. Inhale. Exhale, heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left lunge. Retain, right foot back. Exhale, 8 points. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left lunge. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale to standing. Third sun cell. Inhale. Exhale the heart. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Right lunge. Retain left. 8 points. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right lunge. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, stand. Inhale. Exhale the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Left lunge, inhale. Retain, right foot back. Exhale, 8 points. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left lunge. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up and back. Exhale to standing. Close your eyes, take a brief rest. Let everything settle. And know that as much as you have memorized sun salutations, that rushing ahead is a practice in expectation or anticipation. So make sure that during your sun salutations that you're always going at the pace that your mind has set and not rushing ahead. Breathe deep. Balance the weight nice and equal between the feet. And then opening the eyes and stepping wide on the mat. Turn both feet to the left. Extend the arms, prepare for triangle pose, kick out the hip, bring the hand just below the knee and reach up. Bend the front knee, rest your elbow on it. Top arm over the face, look up. Both hands to the floor, one on each side of the left foot. Spin your back foot so it mirrors the front foot. Straighten your knee and begin lowering forehead towards shin. Readjust your back foot back into triangle legs. Bend the front knee. Rest your elbow on it and come back into that side angle with the arm over the face. So we're going to reverse what we just did. And now come back into triangle, straightening the leg, hand below the knee, look up. And then on your inhale, come up. We'll flip sides and do the same thing. Release the hip, come on down to triangle, just under the knee. We're going to stay up high and work with keeping the chest open and the arms straight up. And then bending that front knee, resting on it, arm over face. Reach. And bring both hands to the floor, straddle the foot. Mirror your back foot to the front one. Straighten the front leg and forehead toward the shin. Okay, let's reverse that. Adjust your knee and foot. Come back to that right angle bend, arm over the face. And then back into triangle. And come up. Bring both feet pointed forward. Inhale the arms up. Reach and lunge forward to a standing wide forward fold. Hands to the floor. Let your head dangle. And today we're going to spin the hands around, point the fingertips toward the body, and then start walking underneath the body, dropping the head closer to the floor. Now, interlace both your hands behind the hips. Draw your hands toward the hips or toward the buttocks. Look forward, and with the strength of your arms, come back up. Nice and slow. Release, step it forward. Just take a little breath break. At least 3 breaths in between postures is probably very beneficial. So working with full standing forward fold. Inhale the arms up, reach. Exhale forward, line fingertips and toes. Try to get as much of your palm onto the floor without the bending of the knees. If you need to bend your knees, go ahead and get the palms to touch. And then once you do, you can start bending one knee and then the other. And getting the body used to forward folding and straightening. Now in forward fold, wiggle walk your feet together so that the heels touch. This is balance, so careful. Interlace behind the knees or grab onto the alternate elbow or forearm. And hold forward folding here. Work with balance. Relax your arms, bring them back to the floor. And then walk your feet apart. Arms to ears. Inhale your way up. Reach up. And back to standing. All right. Several breaths. Onto the floor once again. So we will do a seated forward fold and then a inclined plank after that. So extend the legs, point the toes up, straighten the back. Inhale up, lengthen, tuck the belly in, lunge over it, and release the hands somewhere on any part of the foot. Before we settle in, inhale back up, do the same thing. Reach, tuck the belly, lunge forward, and find your low point. Hold it here just for a few breaths. inhale back up, reach up, lengthen first, and then release the hands behind the hips. And we're going to press the heels into the floor and lift for incline plank. Relax the hips of the knees. And then if you would come onto your knees. So working with half camel, we can modify it by tucking the toes. We're going to do the full half camel by keeping the feet flat and bringing the right hand to the right heel and then vice versa. So just to begin, to warm up that area of the body, place your hands on your hips or waist and just shift forward and back. Pressing the hips as far forward as comfortable. All right, then pausing into center. Here we go. Press the hips forward, right to right. Left arm comes up and over. So we're working toward that left arm to get parallel to the floor. Let your head go back. Use your inhale to come up. Take a breath or two. Try the other side. Left to left, or hips forward, left to left. Try to release the head. And come up. Take a child's pose. And then slowly come out of child's and onto your tummies for a little back bending work, a little bit more. So working with our cobra sequencing. Forehead to floor, legs together. And the hands are just underneath the shoulders. Take a breath first. Bring the elbows really close to the body so they're pointing up to the ceiling. And then inhale, come up to your farthest point, either 2, 3, or 4. So I'm in 4. In any position, rotate the shoulders back. Press the chest forward, open everything, look forward. Legs are together, at least the big toes touch. On your exhale, release back down. Keep your hands right where they are and then press to child's pose once again. And find your way to all fours. So a nice cube with the body, and we'll go into pigeon pose. So bringing that right knee to the right hand, walk the foot out, and we'll start very simple by extending that left leg and working with dropping the torso to the floor. So this is the best part of the posture itself. And once you're comfortably seated here, come up onto the knee and ankle, lift up a little higher, bending the back, a little deeper. Shoulders are rolled back, gaze forward. Sink a little deeper to the floor. Consciously lower the body. And it's not tipped onto that one thigh, it's straight down. So since we've got the right foot hooked in, there's a tendency just to drop down to that right thigh. Try not to do that and go straight down. And then working with opening the hips deeper, stack your hands, make a little pillow, and then lower forehead to hands. Use your inhale to come up, straighten out that leg, take care of it. And let's go right to the left side. So left to left, walk foot out, extend the leg, and then start working with torso to floor. Make a pillow with your hands, rest your forehead. And resist that urge to tip toward the left thigh. Stay centered, stay balanced. Keep the torso right in the center line. And then inhale your way up, and let's take care of that leg. And as soon as you're ready, come to seated. We'll work with our spinal twisting. So straighten out the legs first. Give them a good little rub if you need it. All right, tuck the left heel into the hip, cross the left over. Sit up on both sit bones, left hand behind you. And begin the twist. Start the unwind. And then tuck the left, cross right over. Always sit up tall first. Bring your right hand behind. Get nice and straight, settled. Lengthen, exhale, twist. Remember, your inhale is going to gather up the energy and lengthen the spine. And then that exhale always allows you to go deeper if your body allows and requires it. Unwind. And shake your legs out, take care of them. And we'll start our simple version of inversions. So if you come onto your backs, take a quick Shavasana, several deep breaths. Inhale fully. Exhale deeply. All right. Mentally prepare for shoulder stand, whatever version you're working with. And bring the knees into the chest once you're ready. And straighten the legs up into your best shoulder stand. So once the legs are up, walk the hands up closer to shoulder blades. That facilitates the back to become a little bit more perpendicular to the floor. So the buttocks will be tucked in more, the legs will be a little bit straighter to the ceiling, and your shoulders will form the bottom part of the L. Take an inhale and exhale the right leg overhead into that half plow. Touch your toes or just go halfway, either way. And then inhale them back up. Exhale the left one. Inhale it back up. Exhale both legs into any position of plow you're able to get into. You won't hold it too long. If your toes are touching, once they touch, go back into shoulder stand. Straight legs, come up nice and tall. And then bend the knees into the chest and with control, roll out. We're going to go right into arch pose. So the simple version of arch is knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and cup your waist with the crook of your thumb and your first finger. So your thumbs are pointing toward the spine. And lift the hips up as you walk the heels in closer, lifting the hips up higher. Walk the elbows in a little bit. That'll help lift the hips. Feet are flat, hip width apart, toes are pointing toward the wall, straight forward. So your feet aren't curved in or out. Breathe deep here. This is a good abdominal wall workout, if you will. Release the hands slowly, lower the hips, and hug knees to chest. Massage the back. We'll roll over onto all fours again, practicing Dolphin Pose. So once you're on all fours, drop the elbows to the floor. They're right underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. And try to get the fingers straight pointing forward instead of in or out. So they're straight forward. All the weight is going to be on the forearms and shoulders. So tuck the toes, look forward, and lift the hips. So we can drop the knees and do this a few times until we get used to it. So take a breath. Lift the hips again, look forward. Hold it a little bit longer. And then drop the knees. Take a breath. And then inhale, come up, look forward, keep breathing. And drop the knees. Come onto your backs once again. And we'll go right into our half fish pose with straight legs. Either the heels or the big toes touch. Come up onto the elbows. Extend the chest toward the ceiling. Drop the head to the floor. Lift the head and chest. Relax back down. Come into full Shavasana pose. Take a deep inhale. Full, long, deep exhale. Close your eyes. Let's wait for breath to settle. And just become aware of the space that your whole body is occupying on the floor. Kind of mentally draw an outline. And then within that outline, let your body go. Let it sink. Pretend that that outline is fully supporting you. Relax all the muscles. Sink right into the outline. Take a little bit longer into your silence. Keep sinking, sinking, and sinking. And then with a sense of full rest, bring your legs together, arms overhead, another full body stretch, reach, breathe deep, exhale, knees to chest, secure the back. And then roll to your left and return back to seated position. Take a moment here, just a few quiet, silent breaths. Close your eyes. Sit up good and tall. Think of bringing this sense of freshness and wellness and rejuvenation into the rest of your day, into the weekend. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace,